Hello everybody, and welcome to Isekai Quartet Season 2, Episode 10. In this episode, Class 2 finally figures out, hey, there's a school festival going on, figures out. They ask Roswell about it, he's like, oh yeah, I forgot. That's a thing that happened. Also, they parodied one of my favourite scenes in an Isekai anime, so that happened. Also, there's a mysterious thing going around destroying everything. Destroying. It's in the name. We have a really weird mix of people just hanging out in the nurse's office. I thought that was really bizarre when you take a step back and look at who's hanging out here. Look at it, it's pretty weird. But anyway, let's jump into the episode and see what went down and everything. Let's do this. We open up with the gang being the class, finding out, the school festival is next week. That's not great. Don't know if that's next week their time. Well, it is their time. But it'll be our time as well. It'll be like double next week. Makes sense. When at the mention of food, Visha jumps out of her seat and has the crazy eyes. Don't remember her ever having this much of a thing for food in Tanya. Maybe I've completely forgotten, but it's great. I'm okay with them giving them more character. They didn't have too much in the original show. Them having more character is a great thing, and it is a thing that I approve. Captain Vice being just jealous of Kazuma and Subaru, that's funny too. Turns out what this class is doing, Class 2, they're doing both a food stall and a play. And then they say, yeah, the ugly duckling. Ram stares at Subaru, but he's psychic, and he's like, I know you're staring at me. Which is pretty funny. And Kakaitis is like, oh my god, you can see the future. And it's like, no, Kakaitis, he's just used to Ram's bullying. Bullying is what we'll go through. Turns out they're doing Cinderella. We then have the greatest collection of people just hanging out in the nurse's office. So it is Rem, Shoutier, makes sense to the nurses. Wiz, I guess that makes sense. She's a teacher, I guess. And then Naofumi's there as well. I guess because he's he did the boys, he did the boys, physicals and all that about a few episodes ago, so I guess he's allowed to hang out there too. Just pretty weird. Also, Naofumi's bantering with everyone, so I guess they're friends? That's pretty good. He has a great line about Cinderella. He's like, I like the part of the end where the evil women get their comeuppance. I'm like, you're funny Naofumi, I see what you're doing. You're a funny guy. And yeah, turns out Rem is the prince and Ram is Cinderella in their play. Shoutier wanted Ainz to be the prince, but she doesn't ship Ram and Ainz, so that's fair enough. That's not a thing. Turns out he's a horse, as well as the other three protagonists are also horses. I thought that was pretty funny because they're the main characters. I bet they're going to have a really important role. They're going to flip the story to make the horses the main characters. Somehow. It's going to be the most twisted version of Cinderella ever, and it's going to be awesome. Naofumi is the ugly duckling in his play, which... Poor Naofumi. Well, I guess no, the ugly duckling wins in the end, doesn't they? I'll be honest, it's been actual years since I've heard or read the ugly duckling, so I think the ugly duckling wins. Go on the Naofumi, you win. He and Shoutier get into it a little bit, and it's pretty funny. It's more like banter. It's weird seeing Naofumi banter with people in that, because in Shield Hero everyone else is an idiot or a dick, and he's the only competent one. Him and his friends. So it's weird seeing him banter with people. Then we get a montage of everyone preparing. It was pretty funny as well. And they got prepared in time for the festival. Isn't that great? Good job, everyone. Good work, except for you, Aqua, you were just posing. But I guess good job all the same. Trouble is afoot. Wilhelm and Biko find a shack, the what do you call it? The animal shack, the animal enclosure, I guess. It's in ruins. Hamsuke comes out and tells them we got wrecked, and in the flashback we see the destroyer did it. So I assume Hamsuke didn't tell them about the destroyer, but we know because we're the viewers and we're smart. School festival arch is wrecked. Aqua is very distraught at this because she worked very hard on it. By she worked hard, I mean Kazuma worked hard on it, and she does claim a lot of responsibility for anything Kazuma does. So there's that. She starts crying. She literally is like a kid that can't get her own way. Throws a proper tantrum and everything. Then Rem goes demon form for a bit to scare her, and then starts encouraging her, and it's like, it's okay, we can do this together. I'm like, Rem, you scary. And then, like, as they were doing it, I was like, oh my god, are they doing what I think they're doing? And they did. They 100% parodied the From Zero scene. And, like, when Aqua said from step one, I was like, I see what you've done here. From Zero, and the dubs come out as well. It's like extra. I know the timing is completely not intentional, but we just had that episode last week in the ReZero director's cut, and now we come to hear the parody of it, and it's pretty fun having them so close together. I know, again, probably not intentional, but funny nonetheless. Kazuma is obviously confused by this. He's like, what just happened? And Subaru is like, a really good scene just got ruined. That's what happened. I was like, ruined or made? No, it wasn't ruined, wasn't made, but it was parodied. I don't think it was ruined. It was, it was pretty funny, Subaru's reaction, though. Subaru's been on point with his reactions. He's so, like, he's probably the most fourth wall breaky of all of them, and that's pretty funny. Post-credit scene, that's what we get next. So the teachers they didn't plan for this. The destroyer reactivating, that's got nothing to do with the teachers. That's not good. They normally are behind everything, not this time. Then I think it's Roswell says something like, there are no gods, when they're being all cryptic. And he's like, there are no gods. I'm like, bitch, Aqua is outside, Rista was seen a few episodes ago. That's two gods. Being X is obviously a god, not proper shown up, but exists within this multiverse, I guess. That's 3 right there. Are there any others I've forgotten about? Probably, but, there are no gods. Shut up, Roswell. Think about who you're talking to, or where you are. Makes sense. But yeah, then they be cryptic for a bit, is essentially, they'd say like they've been tasked with, being the teachers and showing their school life, whatever, but who tasked them with it? That's the real question. I have no idea. Like, I can't even think who it could be. Like, within the 5, I guess technically 6 isekais or outside of them. I have no idea who it could be. Maybe it was just a voice inside their head. I have no idea. But that was the end of this week's episode. Next week, I assume the gang rebuilds the arch, and then we'll kickstart the school festival, and then in the final episode, I guess they'll fight the destroyer again. Maybe. That's all I could think of. Yeah, I'm enjoying this a lot. I really do hope there's more, which I think there will be because of the Cautious Hero tease. Makes sense. Liked the parody. It was funny. I was like, they're doing it. Oh my god, they are. And then they did. It was good. It was funny stuff. Thank you, everybody, for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider subscribing and stuff for more reviews. It would help me out a lot. I will see you next week for another episode of this, and bye, guys.